everybody, welcome to Face the Music. A little bit of a reminder of some music that we used to listen to and some introduction to some music that we might want to listen to now. It's a bit of a cold, wintry day here in Sydney, so it's a good day for the topic, for today's topic. It's 14 degrees and that's considered pretty cold by Sydney standards. Anyway, so today I thought I'd play some music for you from Canadian bands or artists. And this topic was particularly difficult to narrow down the music. I always find it a bit tricky to narrow down to a few songs the music for each topic, and I found this one very difficult. Because I always have memories of music. Every time I hear a song, it reminds me of a point in my life or what was going on or where I was working or living or whatever. So this one was very difficult. So I think we probably will have to revisit this topic again in future. So I'll start off today with the Guess Who and a song called Undone. And the Guess Who are a band from Winnipeg, Manitoba, that were formed, I think the predecessor bands even in the 1950s. They had a lot of success, global success, in the 1960s and 70s. Songs like American Woman, Undone, various others that I can't think of course, at the moment. And every time I hear the Guess Who, I think about my summers at the cottage and listening to AM radio all day. And I'm also reminded of the pop companies, the soda or soft drink companies always used to have competitions, and they would always put things in the lids, little rubber things in the lids of the bottles, and one of them was you had to get all the members of a band together one particular summer. And I'm sure the Guess Who must have been one of those. Anyway, so a couple of famous artists came from the Guess Who. Randy Bachman and Burton Cummings went on to have a lot of success post the Guess Who. So I better move on here. I'm going to get in copyright trouble. Anyway, let's move on to an early 80s band, which is Men Without Hats, the Safety Dance. And this is by far their most successful release that they had. It was globally successful. And they've had various lineup changes over the years. Some of the artists have gone off to do solo things and that sort of thing. And they reformed in 2010. Don't know that it's all the same members, but they are still performing now at festivals and tours and things like that. And I just remember this from my last year of high school. This was just the bee's knees as far as I was concerned. I love this song. Sort of falls into a new wave genre of music. Anyway, that's Men Without Hats, Safety Dance. Now, let's move on to a band that's hugely popular in Canada and North America. I don't know that they've had a lot of success outside of North America, although I have seen them in London as well. They have played in the UK. And that's the Tragically, who were formed in the 80s. I first kind of became aware of them around the late 80s, early 90s. I was really surprised when I looked in our iTunes library. We had 7 of their albums, considering I haven't bought one for years, and they're still recording and they're still really popular. Seen them, I don't even know how many times, heaps of times, at the Forum in Ontario Place. There used to be a small intimate venue in a bowl called the Forum, which I went to see a ton of music there over the summers, of course never in the winter. I've seen them at the Horseshoe Tavern on Queen West in Toronto, in London. Yeah, they've got, I don't know, 10 plus albums that they've released, and they're hugely popular, especially in Canada. And I think they have a bit of presence in North America, and as I said, I've seen them in London as well. So So this is Twist My Arm from one of their earlier albums by the Tragically Hip, or the Hip as they're otherwise known. Anyway, let me move on to another Canadian band that has had a bit more global success. Well, North American and definitely in the UK, and that's the Bare Naked Ladies. And this is off of their first studio album called Gordon, which was a really great album that was released in the early 90s. This is the Bare Naked Ladies, did I say that? They were formed in the late 80s, and if you read their Wikipedia entry, it talks about they've had a really varied journey, and they just seem like the kind of band that just does it their way. And this is a song called If I Had $1 Million by the Bare Naked Ladies, which I think is still probably their biggest success. They also sing the theme song to a very popular TV show about a bunch of nerds. They lost one of their founding members a few years back, but it doesn't seem to have slowed them down at all. They're still recording and touring and seem hugely popular. And they are one of the few bands to have had an ice cream named after them, and Jerry's, or their own flavor of ice cream. And I don't know how much $1 million would be today, but anyway, that's If I Had $1 Million. This song's about 20 years old now. And another one of their songs that I just had to play a little bit of for you that I really like is Grade 9 by the Bare Naked Ladies. It's all just really fun music, catchy tunes, feel good kind of music. And I think that's why they're so popular. And this is also from Gordon. And just for fun, I thought I would show you a picture of me in grade 9 as well. And there I am, right in the middle. Autofocus, bit too close. There we go. That's me in grade 9, Hammersholt High School, Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. Anyway, let's move on to the last song for today. And this is from the Naughties, and this is by Sam Roberts, who I need to go and find out a little bit more, or go and listen to a little bit more of his music. This is a song called Brother Down, which is his first single that I think he independently released it, and then it was also, once he was signed to a label, he released this on the label as well as a single. And he's released 5 albums, I think, 4 or 5 studio albums. So I need to go and find out a little bit more about his music, but I just really like this song. So he's worth going to check out as well. So that's a bit of music from Canada for you. Now, Canadians, you'll probably have heard all this stuff before, so hopefully that's a nice trip down memory lane for you. Everyone else, go and check all this out. It's really good stuff. So just remember, I don't own the copyright to any of this music. It rests with the copyright holder, so don't steal your music. Buy all your music. Give the artists the credit they deserve.